I apologize, I forgot about the predictions, so I'm quickly setting it up here.
I don't know, Funara Kuro for going to the mountains.
Right? Alright, let's go.
Okay, are you ready? Welcome everyone. Welcome to the finals of Copa Hyperion number 21. Spawning in the top right hand corner. Usually he's Zerg, but today he's a Protoss player. He is JimRising.
Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE, we have the Brazilian Zerg player. He's blue, representing Team The Bad. Now, the best player in all of Brazil? Question mark? Maybe we have TheZergLord.
Speaking of Brood War Light, do you want a fun fact about me and Brood War?
Sure, go for it.
What race do you think I play in Brood War?
Protoss.
Actually, no.
Oh.
I'm a race speaker, Light.
Okay.
In Brood War, I'm a race speaker.
Okay.
I play TVC, I play TVC, and I play CVP. Because I dislike Terran versus Protoss in Brood War. So versus Protoss, I play Zerg.
Fair. Makes sense. I can kind of understand that based off of the Artosis clips that are out there and how much he hates TVP. Makes sense.
Yeah, I prefer playing with my Hydras and my what's the name of the aerial banelings? The Scourge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, starting this game, JimRising, I don't know what's up with this drone that he's just been hanging around the natural of the ZergLord.
Yeah, he was
I thought he was gonna fake a cannon rush.
Same, like he was acting suspicious behind the mineral line, but he was just kind of just chilling there. And the ZergLord, he didn't bite, like he didn't react whatsoever. He didn't even care. So yeah, other than that probe movement, we have had a pretty standard opening to this series. I also want to remind us, Ducklings as well, for game 2, Spanish intro. Let's go.
I mean, we can instead do the whole match intro.
No, that's that's not happening. But what I will ask is, I don't want to.
People in the chat wanna hear you speak Spanish, like.
It's not true, mate. It's not true.
Right, people in the chat.
Oh god. What I will say is, you don't have to go full Yaku, but I do ask you to be a little bit creative with the Spanish intro and with how you introduce these guys.
Oh god, do I have to speak like an Argentinian?
What does that mean?
I need to use boss instead of two.
Oh god.
No, I'm gonna do it as I don't know, fun as I can, but I promise nothing. I promise nothing. Okay, I'm not Yaku. No one is.
What I will ask is, do you want to introduce Jim or the ZergLord? Oh.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I feel.
Okay.
We'll see. The ZergLord, meanwhile, he managed to scout Jim's base, and he sees exactly what we were expecting. Targets.
Yes. For those wondering, as Ducklings was talking about how he was a race picker in Brood War, JimRising is similar. He, more often than not, does pick Protoss against Zerg. He did pick Zerg for every single matchup in DreamHack, and that was kind of surprising to me. And I was like, oh, maybe this is the return of JimRising. Nah, mate, it was just for DreamHack. It was he's back to playing Protoss against Zerg.
I assume that there was nothing in the rules that prevented JimRising from switching to Protoss. I mean, I assume there was nothing in the rules that prevented him from switching. Maybe there was a rule that you cannot switch mid-series or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because you say it was weird. He even played versus Champ. Like, oh, Jim, I like it. JimRising going for the double Stargate and a really quick fleet beacon.
Yes, yes. So again, this is very JimRising-esque. More often than not, whenever he plays this matchup, he does go for Sky Toss, and this should be for fast carriers. He didn't stop Void Ray production though completely, which is a little bit odd. Usually you stop completely and you start your carriers, and yo, the ZergLord, he's looking to try and end the game before the carriers come out.
Yeah, I mean, he knows what JimRising is gonna do. He knows how JimRising plays versus Zerg when he has Protoss, and he knows
Mate, there's no shield batteries. Mate, there's no
there's
defense.
No shield batteries. You're correct.
There's no defense. The Lings, they get in.
Mate, is this GG?
I think this is GG, mate. The queens are here. To be fair, there are only 4 queens. The Lings, though, they get into the mineral line. A lot of probes are going down. He also gets into the natural.
There are 4 Void Rays here, but that's the thing. There are only 4 Void Rays, and against 4 queens, mate, with full energy, I don't know, mate.
Yeah, I mean, the Void Rays already took damage because of the Biles. Like, there was a little bit of miss micro there. Some of the Biles did land. The Void Rays already took some damage. The Queens, they're breaking into the natural base. The Cyber Core is going to go down. And Jim is stuck on 1 base.
A 5th Void Ray finally appears for Jim. Jim is trying to focus the Queens, but the transfuses are good.
Oh my god.
Transfuses are good, and the rest of the army is coming into the main base.
Oh my god, the Biles are kind of landing. GG gets called, and the ZergLord takes game 1.
Man, what's up with Brazil? How did everyone get good all of a sudden?
I mean... I don't know, mate, but the ZergLord, I do kind of favor him here against JimRising, but to be fair, that was just game number 1. We'll see if JimRising can bring it back here. The ZergLord, just very crisp, you know, he scouts, he goes in, he sees exactly what Jim is doing and immediately reacts there. Didn't even push across the map with that many queens. As you said, there were only 4 of them, but also because of that, that's why he hit a little bit faster as well.
Yeah, and Jim also a little bit greedy. No shield batteries, mate. No shield
yeah.
Batteries. You need to make at least 1.
That was the shocking thing when the ZergLord showed up and there was literally nothing to defend other than those 4 Void Rays. Like, it's like, what? What happened? Jim, please. Like, this is why you need to make at least some units to go out on the map and scout and realize what's coming your way. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, good job for the ZergLord. I mean, he's probably also practicing really hard because he has to play the Executor tournament next week.
Oh yeah.
I believe he's no space. Have you seen how the groups has been doing?
Yeah, I caught an eye on it. At least I saw Eric's group. I saw that one.
Yeah, that was, I think, the most surprising group, mate, with Manu Manolo advancing over Janshi and Sinyo.
Yeah. Like, again, a lot of it is because we expect a lot from Yanji, and he has been back for a little bit, but like, I haven't been able to cast him yet. Like, I don't really know. I don't know what kind of shape he's in right now, you know?
I mean, he didn't play so bad in the Executor event, but like Manu Manolo like show up. I was really surprised. Anyhow, Light, we're starting the second map. Are we gonna go full español?
Let's go, man. Vámonos. Puro castellano, mate. Let's go.
No, mate, español. No somos españoles. Somos latinos. Acá le decimos español.
En México,
bienvenidos.
en México.
No, en todos lados. No me digas que allá le dicen castellano.
Mate, en Perú se llama Vortex tiene mi espalda en esto.
What?
Yeah.
Are you telling me that Peru? God. Okay, we'll talk later. Hola a todos, bienvenidos al segundo mapa en este mejor de 3, Romanticidio donde todos sabemos que significa edición de escala. Empezando aquí, en la parte izquierda del mapa tenemos al jugador Protoss esta vez, el streamer del pueblo, es Jaime Rancio.
Y en la esquina inferior de la mapa romanticide doble E. Y todos saben que doble E significa edición erecto. You know what I'm saying. Y aquí tenemos representando el equipo The Bad o los malos. Tenemos el brasileño, tenemos el TheZergLord.
No. Tienes que decir el nombre de Zerglord en español.
El Zerg. No sé qué es Lord.
Zerg.
El señor. Señor. Don Zerg. Sí.
Okay, with that out of the way, can we get to the important stuff? What do you mean that in Peru you say Castilian?
You say Castellano. You say that. Yeah. That's what.
So if you're in Peru and you encounter someone who doesn't speak Spanish, you say to them, "Yeah, I speak Castellano."
Well, like the thing is, because I've had this discussion with Peruvians before, and I'm like, and they're like, "Yeah, you don't say español, right? You don't say you're speaking español. You say you're speaking Castellano." And I was like, okay, yeah, like that's yeah.
This is the first time that I heard this.
Yo.
I thought it was only a Spain thing, because Spain, of course they speak in Spanish. They're in Spain, but in Spain there are more languages than just Spanish. But only Castilian. There's also like the Basque country, and there's also the Catalan and things like that. But in the rest of the world, you only speak the language of Spain, Spanish. So Spanish, like, mate, are you telling? Look, Bortes is wrong. He's probably trolling you. I cannot fathom that Peruvian. Look, people in the chat who speak Spanish.
Here it's. I just googled it. It says in some Spanish-speaking areas, the language is called Castellano rather than or in addition to Español.
Yeah, which is most likely Spain. Like in Spain,
it's Peru, mate.
Is Peru listed there?
I'll have to delve deeper into it, but yeah,
look,
mate, we gotta bring Vortex into this.
People in the chat who speak Spanish, tell me where you're from and if you say Español or Castellano, please. Because I'm shocked. I'm very shocked. Speaking of shocked, that Overlord of the Cellos was pretty shocked to see a Void Ray and dying. Yeah, returning to the game, mate.
Was he shocked? Was he shocked?
Yeah, he was shocked. He was shocked. Do you see what that Void Ray does to you? Have you ever been shot by a Void Ray? You're shocked, mate.
Sure thing, buddy. Sure thing. Big surprise.
Yeah.
JimRising is going for a Stargate opener. He's investing into it. Yo, and without scouting, he's throwing down shield batteries.
Yeah, JimRising now he knew how he effed up the previous game.
Yeah.
Now he wants to save. He has only made one Stargate so far. And he has made shield batteries. Meanwhile, the ZergLord, is the ZergLord going for the same thing? He has stopped running and now he's going for a lot of Zerglings.
He's going for a lair though. Mate, that's the big difference. No Roach Warren this time, and we see what the lair is for. He did not stop queen production. Last time we saw him push out with 4 queens. Now he has so much more than that. And this Void Ray, JimRising, he doesn't see the Nidus. He doesn't see the lair.
Mate, there's an Overlord like perfectly positioned between the natural and the main base, and there's a big area where JimRising sees nothing.
Yeah, exactly. And what does JimRising have? He has 2 Void Rays right now. That is all he has for 3 Void Rays for his army. He's got his 2nd Void Ray on the way. He's got a Robo on the way. Like, this is not looking good for Ome Jaime.
There we go. Nidus is starting, and JimRising does not notice at all. And this still base is probably going to get denied as well.
Yeah.
That's a lot of Zerglings.
Yeah, the Lings are being taken out by the Void Rays, but again, this is a distraction as the Nidus does finish in the main base. The Queens are coming out here. Meanwhile, the Lings are being cleaned up. Surprisingly, the Void Rays did a lot of damage, but oh no, the main.
Yeah, this is a lot more queens than the previous game, and this is a lot less void rays than the previous game, mate. Are we going to stay at 2-0?
Mate, if these things depower, that's it, mate.
GG. The ZergLord is up 2-0 in this best of 5 series.
GG, mate, the Spanish intro was longer than the game, mate. It was, it was longer than the cast. Oh god, GG, the ZergLord shutting down Jim. Mate, Jim, you can't keep going for the same thing. I don't blame him. It's on Romanticide, right? It makes sense to go for Void Rays, but he's just so greedy with his openers. He was like taking a third base with only 3 Void Rays. He didn't scout his opponent. He very rarely scouts his opponent, actually. It's and he suffers.
Yeah, like GG, mate. GG, and good job for the ZergLord. He found the perfect spot where to put that Didos. I saw Jim's base, and I saw, okay, there's a pylon here, there's Void Ray spawning here, and then I saw the little blue dot, and I'm like, oh no, he's dead.
Yeah, exactly. Oof. And now the ZergLord just needs one more win, and he will be our Copa Hyperion champion.
Hasn't the ZergLord won Copa Hyperion recently, a few weeks ago? Or am I remembering?
I'm actually checking that right now, as he did. He won number 18 over JimRising.
Oh, so we have finally found like JimRising's kryptonite. And the name is the ZergLord.
Exactly. JimRising may have had a good time, an easy time against eggs, but it's a completely different story here against the ZergLord. Oh boy, here we go. Potentially the final map. Now my question is, so JimRising has been slowly adjusting, right? We saw him throw down shield batteries. Now I imagine he's going to throw down pylons all over his bases. Like, to just have vision. Does he try and go Stargate again?
I mean, yes, okay, first off, no, because Jim is playing Zerg.
Oh my god, I just realized. Oh my god. Is that intentional?
So if he managed to build a Stargate, I will be very, very impressed. But is it intentional? I'm guessing yes. I just hope that the ZergLord is aware that JimRising is going to Zerg.
I was about to say he may not know. Never mind, mate. 12 pool. We got introductions to do.
Yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome to the possibly last map of the best of 3 series, best of 5 series. Who knows? It's spawning here in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. The player who's currently 0-2 and finally has switched to his main race. This is JimRising.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Oxide LE, we have the Brazilian who's on fire right now. He took down Paco Mike. He took down Eric, potentially the best Protoss and Zerg player in the region right now. And now he's looking to take down the king himself, the Muta King himself here in a ZvZ. It is the ZergLord.
Oof, mate. 12 pull to start. Like,
yeah.
The ZergLord is not kidding around. Like, he's going strong.
Exactly. We have 8 lings that are going to be going across the map. On top of that, he went for a gas before the hatchery, so he will be looking to get into ling speed as soon as possible. And the lings are coming across the map. JimRising, he caught a glimpse of it with his Overlord, but did he see it with his own eyes? I don't know, mate, because I'm pretty sure Jim is seeing red. I'm pretty sure he's upset. That's why he switched to Zerg.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Definitely. Settings are finally arrived.
Oh, no.
Mate, do you wanna hear something funny?
Go for it.
You know that a few days ago when we casted the DreamHack America, you passed me one of the mods to name the players?
Yes.
I forgot to equip it, so I still had it. And currently, I'm not seeing JimRising versus the ZergLord. I'm seeing Cyan versus Victor. Here come JimRising with the drone pool, and man, the ZergLord 6 drones went down for JimRising. That was huge.
That was disastrous, mate, because now JimRising, he doesn't have the gas lead, as the ZergLord already started Link speed. They're equal in drones. Well, JimRising slightly ahead now, but like this is getting really scary right now. Link speed, it's gonna finish up soon, and we have nothing but lanes coming across the map for the ZergLord.
Oh god. JimRising finally coming with his Zergling. The queen is ready. There's going to be more than enough links, I think, to defend this queen.
Yeah, exactly. The Lings are here. The queen is a little bit under threat. Yo, that Ling is stuck behind the queen. The queen's gonna go down.
Oh god, the queen goes down. That was huge. Now one less transfuse, one less. What's the what I'm looking for? The
inject.
Oh, I like it. Did you see how the ZergLord hit those Zerglings?
Yeah, he's hiding them right now. He wants to keep them secret, keep them safe. He wants to keep his all-in hidden here for as long as possible. But JimRising, you know what he saw? He saw 0 drones here at the natural. That is a tell. Yeah. He throws down a spine.
Yes, immediately the queens go to the wall. He throws a spine up. He's making only Zerglings. And mate, I think Jim might be ready. I don't know, mate, because Zergling speed is one big difference that between the two.
It is. It definitely is, but you know what? The spine finished just barely in time. But you know what? The queens, they do not have enough energy for any transfuse. The Lings, he's trying to break through, and it looks like he will be able to get us around on the queens. Can he get both of them though?
Well, it doesn't matter. The ZergLord goes into the main base.
Oh my god, that he does. But you know what? He didn't deal any economic damage. He has to deal more because you know what? He still hasn't made any drones. He's all in.
I think JimRising is going to defend this push. But there are more Zerglings in the natural base. The spine is under attack. The drones are being pulled.
Oh, but you know what? The spine, it's buying time. Even if the spine did go down, it would have been fine here for JimRising. JimRising more than doubling the drone count right now.
Yeah, I think this is GG, mate. I think the ZergLord pushed too hard and didn't manage to break JimRising.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard to draw out of this one.
Exactly. I mean, sure, these things may go down even, but the ZergLord needs to at least kill the hatchery to try and equalize here. Without doing at least that, like, there's no way.
Zerglings managed to get in, but they're very injured. They're going after drones now.
Yeah, he does get 2 drones, but GG gets called, and JimRising with the defense puts a point on the board.
So GG, good job by JimRising. He puts the first point in his favor. We're not going to have a 3-0 clean sweep. ZergLord has to work for it.
Yes. I was feeling very worried for JimRising there, but now he is back in this series. He is playing his main race. ZvZ, I would say JimRising's best matchup. ZvZ, JimRising, maybe the best ZvZ in the region, to be honest. Like, he took down Cham as a Zerg player. He's incredibly good at this matchup.
I mean, he took a Cham, but then he lost to Eric, you know? So
True. But the ZergLord beat Eric, so
Yeah, and now Jim beat the ZergLord. What does it mean that Jim is the number 2 in Latin America right now?
The mathematic gymnastics going on right now. It's real. It's happening.
Are we gonna have like the unofficial world champion, but for second place in Latin America?
Oh god. You know, the other day Paco Mike took a game off of Special in Exxon Cup.
Really?
Yeah, he took a game.
Please tell me that it was cast somewhere, because I want to see it.
I don't know who was casted. I just saw the bracket. They faced each other in the semifinals and they went to the ace match.
Oh, nice job by Paco Mike. Like, is it just me, or is Latin America getting stronger?
I mean, does that mean that Paco Mike is he the best in Latin America now?
No, because he only took one game, not the whole match.
Okay, fair. Oh god. it's one of those things where I want to see it in the other region as well, to be honest. I got Ducking, please.
What?
Oh god, I mean, you need to get rid of that logos mod, mate. Because we are using different logos mods, so we are seeing different things.
Oh, I see. When I change one,
Yes.
the flag changes the other.
Yes.
I see. So are you telling me that Bistork is Brazilian and Cyan is Mexican?
Yes.
Sure. So you heard him here first, right, people? So spawning in the top right-hand corner of the map again as a Zerg player, the Mexican Zerg player, JimRising.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Jagannatha LE, we have the Brazilian Zerg. He's blue, representing Team The Bad. Only needs one more to be our Copa Hyperion champion. It is the TheZergLord.
You should pass me the flag mod as well.
Yes. You know what? I'll send it to you right now.
Right now, don't you have, I don't know, a cast to do or something?
Nah, it's fine. We can wait. We can just look at the natural. It's all good.
Sure, just look at it. This big blob of blue and red.
It's beautiful.
If you zoom in a little, you can even see a little fish inside.
A fish?
Yeah, that's a fish. Look, it has a tail. It is swimming around.
It's so happy in there. Look at it wag its tail.
Yeah. Quality content, everyone. Quality content.
That's what the people are here for, mate. Oh god. But we only have a few slight differences. We had a faster gas here from the TheZergLord, which means we'll have faster link speed, but only by a little bit. And again, that does kind of depend on JimRising here. We are on Jagannatha, and we were talking about it with Eric. JimRising, he loves going mutas whenever he can. Do you think he would risk going 2-base muta against the TheZergLord though?
No, I mean, depends. If JimRising was watching the game with TheZergLord and Eric, no, I will not. We would know. We both know what happened to Eric when he tried.
Yeah.
So I don't think Jim is gonna be any different. If JimRising was not watching the stream, then yes, he probably will do it.
I agree. I hope we don't see it, because we've seen how it turns out, right? It doesn't go well for the Zerg player trying to go 2-base muta. I'm a little bit concerned here, but yeah, we'll see.
By the way, something that I want to point out, and maybe you can tell me more because you're a Zerg player. These two players open and neither made Zerglings.
Yes, this is true. This is very true.
I find that very weird. I find that Zerg players usually make at least 2 to 4 to defend like anything that may come their way, but like, 0 Zerglings?
Yeah, it's what I would say to that is it's because they're being very greedy. As we see, they're both walling off on 2 bases, mate. Usually by now we would see a 3rd base, right? Instead of this wall. So they're both playing this out very safe, I want to say, pseudo aggressive even. And okay, because of these upgrades, this tells me that they do want to go into roaches, or at least Jim does. Not into something like Spire, thankfully.
It seems that both players are doing with that, because right at this moment the TheZergLord is building a lot of roaches and JimRising is going for +1 range attack. So both players are gonna go roaches, but I think they're trying to hit roaches at different times. Like,
Yes. Very interesting decision by the TheZergLord. I believe so far he has hidden his roaches, but they should be spotted. Yeah, they are seen here by JimRising. And I kind of want to give JimRising the edge here. He's going to have defender's advantage. He sees the army, he throws down a spine, and if he defends, he's going to have +1 range. Like, he's going to be in such a better position if he defends.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, maybe 16 Zerglings are going to be built behind this. So let's see how it goes. Here comes the TheZergLord.
The A0 crossing up the spine is not done. There is not enough energy for transfuse, so the ZergLord, he's trading fairly well, and now here come the Lings to help reinforce and buffer for the roaches of the ZergLord.
I feel that those Zerglings were a little late. If they were a little earlier, because the ZergLord lost quite a few roaches in that initial engagement.
Yeah. Oh god, and we see he realizes, so he expands, he takes another base, he takes his gases, and as you said, the ZergLord, he invested a lot in that, and he didn't really get a lot out of it.
Shout out to Milk and Cookies in the chat, who says they both speak Spanish, so what's the fun in that? And I agree. I think we needed to cast the whole game in Spanish. But
that would be disastrous, mate. That'd be.
I mean, Light says that you need to give more money, people, more money. $50 and he do it.
I've tried like casting a game in Spanish before, like not on stream, but like just trying, and it's just like, mate, I can't do it, mate. I can't. My vocabulary isn't there, mate.
Yeah, but have you done it with an Spanish co-caster?
No.
It's one thing going alone, and it's another thing when you have someone to back you up.
Kind of. I think the VOD is out there, and I think it was deleted, to be fair. I once jumped on and I helped Dastan cast an Arena de Dastan. And I believe I casted that in Spanish, and it was like a quad cast. There was like Dastan and like Facebooka and like Vortex and myself, and I would just chime in like every now and then, like with like a line or something. And that's all I could do.
I miss the Arena Dastan. Shout out to Dastan whenever he is, wherever he is. Yo, mate, Jim is ready. Jim is pushing out.
He's pushing out. F's in the chat for Arena de Dastan. He got sued by Romsley, and then he got shut down.
Yeah, meanwhile, nice run by of selling by the seller. He's going to take out this queen, and he's going to scout the main base of JimRising.
Oh my god, but JimRising does not turn around. He keeps on pushing forward. He has Ravagers. We are now equal in upgrades, but mate, JimRising, he just has the far greater Roach Ravager count.
Yeah, mate, 26 Roaches for JimRising versus only the 12 of the ZergLord. More are going down. This is a lot of damage that JimRising is doing.
Yeah, exactly. And even though JimRising took some damage at home, he did have far too much across the map. GG gets called, and we are going to the ace match.
One day I'll make you can cast in Spanish. I'm gonna come to your house, give you like a stack of money. You say Espanol, please.
Oh no. Ay. I would need like a dictionary. I would need like a cheat sheet. I would need like a list of words and their translations and stuff, so I'm not like stumbling over my words. It's gonna be amazing. But yeah, here we go. We are getting into our ace match, and it's one of those things where both games so far, both ZVZs, the ZergLord has kind of been putting himself behind.
Yeah, like finally Jim takes things seriously. I hope that with this best of 5 series, JimRising learns that he needs to not play Protoss anymore.
If anything, this is gonna tell him to LatAm more as Protoss to get better.
Maybe tomorrow when he starts his infinite stream.
Oh no.
Perhaps.
Oh god. I hope not, but we'll see. Again though, when it comes to both those games, like the ZergLord game, like game 3, he went for a 12 pool. This game as well, he went for like a very like committed, kind of all in, to be honest, with his own virtues, and like both times he was very committed with his attacks, and all that Jim had to do was defend, you know, and he was good. And I'm afraid we may see that again.
We'll see, Light. We'll see. And welcome everyone to the last map of the night in Beckett Industries LA. But of course, LA stands for Last Emperor. Last Emperor of Beckett Industries. Speaking of Last Emperor. Yeah. Speaking of last, here we have the Mexican Zerg player who has managed to come back after an 0-2 deficit. And we are here in the ace match, JimRising.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Beckett Industries LE, we have the Brazilian Zerg. He's blue, representing Team The Bad. He was up 2-0. And now we're in the ace match. Can he bring it back? Can he bring it back from the end? Going for a pool, hatch first. It is the ZergLord.
Did you notice how Jim, at the last minute, decided to 12 pull? Because he started to build a drone and then canceled the larva, canceled the egg, and then went straight for the pull. Like, interesting. Like, this is when we know that Jim does not have a plan. He's winging it. Has been winging it the entire time.
And this is, I'm really concerned because right now, because the ZergLord went for a hatch first, he went hatch gas pool, you can defend against 12 pool with this. You can. But 12 pool hits harder on Beckett Industries, it will get scouted. And you need really good drone micro. And I don't know if I have that much faith in the ZergLord's drone micro. I don't know, mate.
I don't know, mate, especially because, I don't want to say it, but the pick advantage is for JimRising. No? It's not the same to playing on USCs from Mexico than from Brazil. Here we go. The ZergLord pulls the drones. Let's see how good he can do. Oh, he's about to lose the first one.
Yeah, he just barely keeps it alive, but again, that hatchery is taking a lot of damage, and so far he hasn't lost anything, which is great. But that hatchery is getting lower and lower. The lings are going to come out soon, but... Oh, no.
The Sterling come out, and finally I think Jim is going to focus on the hatchery. And he takes it. He takes it and loses barely anything, mate. Oh, God, that's a really nice move by JimRising.
Yeah, again, the ZergLord, usually the way you defend against it is like you pull your boys, sure, and you actually fight the drones, the lings, and you pull back the injured drones and you micro and you drone drill as best you can. But he was very scared with his drones, and sure, he didn't lose any drones, but he lost the base, which is arguably worse.
Yes, and now 2 bases versus 1. JimRising is gonna drum very hard and start to make the economic difference versus the ZergLords. So, mate, if you're the ZergLord, what do you do? Do you double spam maybe? Do you go for an all-in? It seems that the ZergLord is gonna double spam.
I would have gone for an all-in, personally. This is risky, going for a double expand. I would have liked this if he went for a Baleen Nest instead of Link Speed, just to try and defend. Like, Jim sees this, is the thing. He sees the third hatchery, and I imagine Jim should be applying some pressure to it, so we'll see if the ZergLord can defend that third.
We'll see, mate. We'll see. Jim currently only droning, just not focusing on aggression.
Oh, yeah,
but the drone defense is starting to show up. 29 to JimRising, 21 for the ZergLord.
Yeah, and I just realized something, which is why I love this from the ZergLord. I think that Jim realized a little bit late. He's like, oh, I don't have any gas. So then he took 2 gases. I was looking, I'm like, yo, he doesn't have Link Speed. He actually can't counterattack. He can't do anything right now. His gases was so late. I feel like later than they needed to be. Obviously they were delayed because of the 12 pool, but it took him a long time to finally take them. And yeah,
that was actually very risky by the ZergLord, because if you see the ZergLord vision, he has not scouted his base.
Yeah.
So the ZergLord is gonna double expand and get away with it, apparently.
He will. The ZergLord will also see this wall. Now, this is where things get a little bit scary. He doesn't see anything upgrading. Okay, finally, we do see an upgrade on the Evo chamber. So he doesn't really have eyes on much. He doesn't know when the gas was taken. He doesn't know if this is 2-base immuta. He doesn't know if there's a lair, right? There's a lot that he has to assume right now.
Oh, the queen's out of position, but the settlings are nearby, so yeah, no problem there. And yeah, we're just gonna, I think, macro up to a little. TheZergLord, actually, TheZergLord has okay, he has resumed drone production. I was scared for a second. I thought he was gonna go all in with the roaches. But yeah, he's going for +1 armor for the roaches. Like, interesting. I think TheZergLord is indeed expecting Mutalics from JimRising.
Yeah, and I mean, Jim is going for that Spire, but he's also committing a lot to these roaches. And I mean, the TheZergLord does keep an eye on them. He also knows that, hey, there's no link speed either. I do like how active the TheZergLord is being with these lings, just to keep an eye on things, but he has to be so careful. It's such a delicate dance here when it comes to when should I drone and when should I make units in ZvZ, especially on Beckett Industries.
Yep, definitely. The lair for JimRising is about to finish in just a few seconds, and we're going to see if JimRising is gonna go hard on the roaches or if he's gonna switch to Mythalist, which I think roaches is what he's going to do because he just built 10 more of them. His +1 attack is about to finish. TheZergLord managed to get in. TheZergLord managed to get in.
Yes, he does. He does see the lair. He also saw the roach warren researching, or at least I hope he saw it. I know things happened very quickly there when he ran past, but it's a massive tell, and immediately the TheZergLord, he makes a massive wave of lings here, ravages as well. I think he's read the situation nicely, but we'll see if he's been able to rebuild his economy and keep up with JimRising.
Yes. Now, one thing that I want to point out is that the TheZergLord made the +1 defense instead of the +1 attack for his units. So not only his roaches are going to be more resistant, also his settlings.
Exactly.
Compared to JimRising, whose only roaches has +1, the settlings are still vanilla.
Yeah, that they are. They don't even have speed. And JimRising gets pushed away. Interesting. And there we go. The Spire does eventually get thrown down, but now the TheZergLord is pushing across the map.
Oh, mate, I'm not sure if this is the correct answer for the TheZergLord.
Oh god, I mean, maybe he can pull something off here. I mean, the lings, they're gonna get us around, and if he gets us around, he can pile the army.
Almost perfect surround, but the roaches managed to get away. And here we go, when the fight is starting. The Biles do not hit the roaches, they hit a little bit, but mate, there's no buffer here for the Ravagers. Ravagers have no armor, and GG.
GG.
Yeah, he's your Copa Hyperion number 21 champion.
He is. GG. Congratulations. Oh my god, mate. Imagine if those piles landed. Like, he went for the surround, and I thought he had the surround, but apparently there weren't enough lings, and Jim was able to break free from it and avoid those piles. If those piles landed, I do think that the TheZergLord could have taken that fight, maybe snowballed from there, maybe just won the fight and backed off, but god, that was so close.
So close. And GG, congratulations, JimRising. He finally learned to not play Protoss, to not avoid his best matchup.
At least today.
At least today. We'll see tomorrow. There's more tournaments in the future. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, congratulations, JimRising, and also congratulations to TheZergLord. He managed to break out of a very hard bracket and get second place.
Yeah, exactly. GG, well played. I mean, the TheZergLord had a really insane run, and if Jim stayed as Protoss, the TheZergLord probably would have won the tournament. I'll be honest there, he probably would have won pretty easily, maybe even a 3-0, and JimRising realized that, so it is really cool to see him play ZvZ again. It's something that we don't see too much of nowadays. Hopefully we see a little bit more of it. I always love to see it, and yeah, congratulations, Jim. And with that leads us to the end of the tournament.
Yes, it is finally over, Light. You are free. Let me guess. Yes, you have not had breakfast.
I have not. I'm actually very hungry right now.
Like you're gonna last like 2 more years and then you're done.
If that, mate, if that. Look, 2 more years is all I need, mate. Okay, I just gotta make it to the end of ESL Pro Tour. That's all I gotta do. And if they announce an extension, then I'm gonna power through it, mate. I'll be there. Oh god. But thank you everyone for watching. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Congratulations to the champions as well. And Darking, why don't you tell the people in the chat, mate, who are you and where can they find more of you?
I mean, I'm Darking. I do a lot of things behind the scenes that you rarely notice. You only notice when I'm not there. And yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Darking665, and also you can find me on Twitch, where I've been streaming a little bit lately, StarCraft 2, my ladder sessions, at twitch.tv/Darking665.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want some of that Mexican Terran action, Darking's got you. He's got you. He's got a great stream going on there.
Yes, imagine Light VIP but Terran.
Whoa. Mate. We need some more IIIs, okay? That's what we
Ay.
Oh god. But yes, meanwhile you can follow me at light_VIP on Twitch. I do stream occasionally on my channel as well. You can follow me on Twitter and all that good stuff. You can see my ladder sessions. I've also been laddering relatively frequently, you know, kind of consistently, but we're going to be streaming some more Final Fantasy this week, taking a bit of a break from StarCraft because it's been really intense and we need a little bit of time off. When it comes to the next tournament, as I'll quickly switch the scenes here, usually we cast Battle of the Americas, which would be tomorrow, but we won't be able to cover that this week, unfortunately. Same with ESL Open Cup Asia. Usually we cast both of them on Sundays or Saturdays, depending on where you are in the world. But unfortunately not this week, as I guess I'll say it. I have a shoot.
Yeah, I mean, Light VIP is famous now. He's very solicited.
I'm actually very nervous about it. So for those wondering, I'm going to be a part of the ANZ Champs broadcast. And if you don't know what that is, ESL Australia, they are running a league for Australian and New Zealand players, and it's going to be in studio. There's a lot of production that goes into it. They're recording a bunch of interviews with the players, with the casters, with the talents, with the hosts and all that stuff. And they are going to record or film the opener to each broadcast and to the event itself.
Ooh.
Yes, it's like an intro video and it's very cheesy. I've looked at the scripts. It's very cheesy. I cringe thinking about it. I'm like, oh no.
Yes, you cringe and then you remember that you actually get paid enough to do it.
Oh god. Yeah, so I'm gonna dress up and head out tomorrow morning, and we're gonna film all day things like the intro video, some bumper videos as well, some b-roll, maybe some interviews and a couple of lines here and there. So yeah, that's gonna be happening tomorrow. That means that unfortunately we won't be able to cast Battle of the Americas or ESL Open Cup because it's gonna take up like the entire day for me. On top of that, Kuro's in the mountains.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I think at the end of the day, it's gonna be worth it because just think about how much new material for duct tapes you're gonna get.
No. It's gonna be awful, mate. It's gonna be awful. So yeah, I am legitimately like anxious about it. So we'll see how we do there. I think in the end it's gonna go fine.
You'll be fine. Everyone is a bro here. You are between friends.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those things where like it's meant to be cheesy, it's meant to be cringy, so it's like, oh boy, gotta just embrace the cringe, mate. Embrace it. Oh god. So that will mean that our next broadcast will be in a couple of days. It'll be, there we go, as I quickly set it up, in 2 days and 20 hours, ESL Open Cup Americas.
Yes, Light will be there. I probably be there playing, maybe. Assuming that I do not forgot this time. This week I was planning on playing, but then I remember the very late. And by the time I realized the tournament had already started, so I was, I missed it.
I'm going to be casting that with Milk and Cookies. I know people were asking about Milk in the chat. Yes, he'll be there for Americas. And yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope you had a good time. Remember to hit that follow button to support our channel. You can take it a step further and subscribe to the channel as well if you want to help us monetarily. And with that, we will see you next time.
Bye everyone.
Ciao.